Hi Areios, how you doing? I'm going to read to you from one of my favorite books. I used to read this to you when you were younger. It's called The Book of Golden Deeds. I know one day they will write of you and you will end up in a book of anthology of poems such as this one. Now this story is a peculiar one. This story is about a man that saved a host. His name was Horatius. There have been times when the devotion of one man has been the saving of an army. Such, according to an old Roman story, was the feat of Horatius Cocles, also known as Horatius One-Eye. It was in the year BC 507, not long after the kings had been expelled from Rome, when they were endeavoring to return by the aid of the Etruscans. Lars Porsena, one of the greatest Etruscan chieftains, had taken up the cause of the banished Tarquinius Superbus, and his son Sextus had gathered all his forces together to advance upon the city of Rome. The great walls of the old Etrurian architecture had probably already risen around of the growing town, and all the people came flocking in from the country for shelter there. But the Tiber was the best defense, and it was only crossed by one wooden bridge, and the further side of it was guarded by a fort called Janiculum. But the vanguards of the overwhelming Etruscan army soon took the fort, and then, in the gallant words of Lord Macaulay's ballad, "Thus in all the state there was no heart so bold, but sore it ached and fast it beat, when that ill news was told. Forthwith uprose the consul, uprose the fathers all. In haste they girded up their gowns, and hied them to the wall. They held a council standing before the river gate. Short time was there, ye may well guess, for musing or debate. Outspoke the council roundly, the bridge must straight go down. For since Janiculum is lost, naught else can save the town." Just then a scout came flying, all wild with haste and fear. To arms, Sir Council! Lars Porsena is here." On the low hills to the westward, the consul fixed his eye, and saw the swarthy storm of dust rise fast along the sky. But the consul's brow was sad, and the consul's speech was low, and darkly looked he at the wall, and darkly to the foe. "Their van will be upon us before the bridge goes down, and if once may win the bridge, what hope to save the town?" Then out spoke brave Horatius, the captain of the gate. "To every man upon the earth death comes soon or late, and how many can die better than Titan facing fearful odds, for the ashes of his fathers and the temples of his gods, and for the tender mother who dandled him to rest, and for the wife who nurses his baby at her breast, and for holy maidens who feed the eternal flame, to save them from the false Sextus that wrought this deed of shame. Hie you down the bridge, Sir Council, with all the speed ye may. I, with two more to help me, will hold the foe in play. I yon straight the path 1,000, may well be stopped by 3. Now who will stand on either hand, and keep the bridge with me?" Then spake Superius Lartius, a Ramnian proud was he. "Lo, I will stand at thy right hand, and keep the bridge with thee." And out spoke young Herminius, of Titan blood was he. "I will abide so on thy left side, and keep the bridge with thee." So forth went these 3 brave men, Horatius, the consul's nephew Superius Lartius, and Titus Herminius, to guard the bridge at the further end, while all the rest of the warriors were breaking the timbers behind them. And fathers mixed with commons seized hatchet, bar, and crow, and smote upon the planks above, and loosened them below. Meanwhile the Tuscan army, right glorious to behold, came flashing back the noonday light, rank behind rank. Like surges bright of broad sea of gold, 400 trumpets sounded, a peal of warlike glee, as the great host with measured tread, and spears advanced, and ensigns spread, rode slowly towards the bridge's head, which stood there dauntless 3. These 3 stood calm and silent, and looked upon the foes, A great shout of laughter from the vanguard rose. Hooray! They laughed to see these 3 men standing to meet the whole army, but it was so narrow a space that no more... What?